Welcome everyone. Hope everyone is having a good day. Today we are here to talk about our new project, color coding logic. My name is Danielle.
I'm Brady, I work first shift.
I'm Rita, I work third shift.
And I'm Darius, I work first shift. Alright. So the problem that we're trying to solve is the problem of mixed parts when they're being packed. And we're trying to make it so they won't have to make it to safe lots, or there won't be so many parts in safe lots with mixed parts. And then the smaller issue we're trying to tackle is operators not having the right PDS. So we can, and the confusion of right-handed and left-handed parts on like the scrap and stuff like that. So that's the problem we're tackling. And I'll have a couple pictures for you next. This is what that area that we fixed on the side of the motor station looked like before. And then the bottom picture is like a cell. There's no indicator of there's no indicator at all. That is right and left part. So that's some of the issues that we're trying to tackle.
So we're gonna make sure that the ops are visually trained to label colors and ensure that all operators will properly understand how to use and which PDS sheets to use. Also how to properly read the work order with left and right hand parts highlighted properly to the label color, the color of the labels. So if you have a left hand part, it's already highlighted in the green. If you have a right hand part, matter of fact, let me show you. It will look like this.
Nice. That's cool.
Woo! We have make me laugh. We also have the scrap bands are also color coordinated with the labels. So that there is no confusion. It will be once your scrap goes inside of there, you will put your left hand scrap by color on the green side. You will put your right hand scrap on the right side, which will be in blue, which is according to your labels. We have also modified so that in the scrap bands it makes it easier for the op tools or whoever, for instance, supervisor, if they have to come get them because we short with op tools, can come over and exactly know directly, because these bins right here will be, well, it's like those, where the scrap will go into color coordinated, left, right, etc. So you can easily, it saves on time and everything, because you can easily just pick in, take a look at the PDS, which looks like this, by the way. We just did a little bit extra to it on the German one for Magna with color coordinated, so they can easily check. Boom, 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 boom. Saves on time. People can get back to what they need to do. And it saves on correctness, and it'll also help with inventory being shown that this is that in the computers or elsewhere. Oh. This is we made sure that the lockers were moved over, because as you can see in the beginning, that area was a disaster. It makes it so it's easier for people to go ahead and read. It's so organized. It was so cluttered. It's safe. It's safety wise. They can walk back there easier. Everybody's not all gathered up at the desk right there in that area, because we are still in COVID, and there's plenty of room for everyone, to stand as well. And it's easier to read. Everything right here is there'll be the papers that is right there. It's a lot of people, believe it or not, that didn't even know the chairs. They was mixing the ERTs up with this and doing the sheets as well.
Was that in your problem?
And that's not even the sheet you're supposed to. So we made sure that everything is marked, so you definitely know. There's no way you cannot see this.
I know it was. Okay.
This is for our magnet. We have extra ones on the table. We have one color coordinated directly for that as well, and it's also taken from our other special group that we had. Only thing that we did was just color coordinated for the German parts that we had as well. And it's also going to be in a different languages as well.
So we had some potential roadblocks that we discussed when we were first coming up with this idea. Our very first problem was that the PDSs were not getting correctly distributed to the op1s. They were just coming up, like as you saw, they were just coming up grabbing one. On my first day, I grabbed the complete wrong one. I filled it all out, and I had to refill it out because I just grabbed the wrong one. A solution we came up for that was have the op2s grab all the sheets. So when they come and they grab the scrap the scrap bins, they will replace what they take. So they'll grab one from the PDS station, and then they'll give it right back to the op1. So there's no middleman or anything, and it'll just be better. Our second roadblock was that we came up with.
Breathe.
Yep, we're good. Our second roadblock was that the op2s would not do it correctly. So a solution we came up with was that we'll train all of the op2s to do whatever they need to do, so there's no confusion at all. A third roadblock was that all of the items we have. Can you actually go back to the other?
Thank you.
One more. Yeah, so on that rack there, that's like where we will store everything. So then the op2s will just come up, grab what they need to grab for whatever station it is, if it has right and left parts, and then they'll take whatever they need and go to that station. So then there's no op1 getting anything, it's all the op2s, and everything will be accounted for, and all the op2s will be trained for it. And then our fourth roadblock would be the operator's not using the color coded correctly, but again, the training will come in and play to that.
So, we have Brody over here doing his part. Op one.
Oh, this is not a good part. Put it on the right then.
And now I'm the op2 coming in, and now I'm supposed to drop off a new PDF sheet. Now I'm checking for the scrap, making sure it's all match. He has one up here. He has two blue. He marked two blue. He marked one green. Swap out my little scrap bin. Operators, they'll find the ones to do what he has to do.
Alright, so the projected results that we're looking for, continue to decrease in mixed parts, like I said, and not having so many of those end up in safe launch, or when they go through safe launch, not having that problem occur so much. A better accounting for scrap, the left and right hand side, clearer identification of the parts. Operators having clear connections, the work orders, that's why they're highlighted good, so you can't really miss that. And the PDSs, they're color coded. We're just trying to get in the mind that left is right, or left is green, blue is right. So just trying to repeat on that.
Who will we benefit? Operators, leads, BEP. That's our main goal. Less missed parts, better profit margins. That 200 million, we do not, 2 million? Sorry about that. We don't want to see numbers like that. We want to at least do the 6K. We don't want to see nothing, but 6K is what we're trying to, 600K, sorry. That's our goal.
I like her number better.
Yeah. Hey, I like zero.
Preferably zero, yeah.
Yeah. So I hope you guys like our project.
Okay, did an awesome job.
I think we forgot about these though.
Okay, these ones, as you seen that ugly cell, forgive me, you had no idea. If you walked up, you could have thought for a second that was like they was doing the ship or die setting or whatever. Not that it was even running. Everything will be at the cell. That box right there, there's right, left.
The
The
dump.
clips is for when they dump, for the
They'll be on
dump
opposite
presses.
corners.
Just
On
another
opposite
visual
corners.
reminder
But
that
visual.
I'm coming to this box that's sitting under the right hand parts is blue. I'm taking it to my blue station where I'm scaling it at. So it's just a constant reminder. Blue, 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 straight
Green,
through.
green, green,
Straight
left
through.
hand.
So
Oh, you know, my
any
secrets.
questions?
Oh, yeah, we're
Oh.
talking about distribution of roles.
Oh.
Okay, so we all had an equal distribution here. Not one of us did more than the other. We all painted, we all set up the PDF station, and we all had separate things we did. I made the presentation. Obviously, we revamped it a little bit. Danielle created the visual cues
Visual
for the
cue.
right hand and left hand
Sorry.
parts.
We didn't say that.
We had like 6 different things that we.
These are visual cues, y'all. So in our blue book, we already, that's something that we're supposed to go to before the shift even starts. So we implemented these, which is visual aids, so that after I go to my blue book, I know what the part is supposed to look like because it's still being embedded to me. It's right here in front of me, right here. I constantly look down and look up, it's right here. Everything that I need to know as far as this label and this part is right here on my table. Because usually in the cells we have a right table and a left table. So we have right parts for that right table, green for the left. And this is going to be in the blue book. The op tools, when they set up the cell, they will get this out the blue book. And we have clamps on each table where these will go. So they will know that if I'm packaging, I'm going to this blue table with my visual aid on my blue table. So everyone, right now we just got a couple, we got lip seals and the PDCs, but we want to get these for every part. I mean, we was trying to do the left hand, right hand, but to have this at every station for even if it's not a left hand or right hand, just so I know that I'm for sure packing what I need to pack. Because that's the goal, pack what we need to pack.
In the right box.
Anybody
Those are the
know?
next parts.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Oh, you're still.
Conclusion.
Oh!
Conclusion, yeah.
Color coding. That was our main goal. PDF sheet says what?
Time.
And
Money.
and we like saving money.
Right.
That's what we want, to save money. Eliminate all the confusions on all levels. Language barriers, everything. We making it happen. BEP, y'all.
All right.
Woo!
So I'll be taking questions. You got it? Give you a second.
On your visual aids, do we distinguish what's the difference between rights and lefts?
You can answer that. You know
Well,
more
the
about
only,
them than me.
not so much. We just got it like the different angles because of like the lip seals, because you know they turn different. That's the only thing so far. And then like with the PDCs, they got different tabs where it's 2 tabs, 1 tab, you know. So.
I would just maybe we make a point like, because some of these parts are just subtle difference between right and left, and that way I get sometimes that's a really, the differences might really help.
I've got a question on the scrap bins. When the lead or op 2 comes by and they're checking your production sheet against what you actually have, how do they know when they come back the next time what they've already, so they take it out and throw it in the big bin, right? But then how do they know when they come back where to start counting from?
Right.
Does that make sense?
Basically,
okay.
they wouldn't check it until I think it's we work first shift, so before 2 o'clock they always come every day and grab our.
Right at 2 o'clock.
So they're doing it at the
Yeah,
same
they-
time,
yeah.
they're changing the production
And
sheet.
third
out.
shift,
Third
they
shift, we
usually
do
come
it at
about
6.
between 5:30 and 6
Okay.
o'clock.
Yeah.
So they come and they change it, and then and usually what's left in the bin usually gets recorded with first shift.
With the next
Yeah,
shift.
Yeah, so they're doing it just once a
One
shift
time.
when they change out the production data sheet.
Unless God forbid we
Need another.
we having a problem with hinges like we were having the other day and stuff like that, and it was a tremendous amount of scrap.
That makes sense, thank you.
Anybody else?
Any considerations for parts that may not fit in the bins, just the kind of bigger right-hand, left-hand parts? Press
Do
20?
we have any like that?
Um,
That are
well,
bigger?
Well, not a lot, but we do have some around press 27, press 24.
Okay.
Maybe the one that's around press 28 right now, or was.
The longer ones.
Yeah.
well, actually, you guys, we did have a thing where we was gonna put a divider in this,
Ah,
but to save cost, we just wouldn't think.
I'm trying to
But
say.
We could do
That's
that
something
just
we
for
could
the.
look
we're
Yeah,
gonna save more money
Right.
buying some dividers and
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
that's
Yeah.
good.
You could paint the little clips if they're bigger, put where, you know, green and
Yeah.
blue.
Oh,
on the
yeah,
side.
That's
that's
right.
right, okay.
See, they with us here.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
As you guys are getting it.
Any other questions?
Whose idea was to rearrange the room?
Excellent
Guys,
idea.
first team to do that.
We wanted to make an impression.
I like to be aren't constrained by the, what they're given. It's like, no, we don't want that table like that.
Oh, no.
Trying to get them all to dance with
Set the
me.
bar high.
They ain't wanna dance.
The whole week they've been thinking outside the box. Yeah, that's the best part of it. Great.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, we hope we,
Thank you.
we hope we're able to implement something that can continue to, progress the company.
Outside of the projects, so just other questions, what's some of the stuff you learned this week?
Well, I actually learned that, different, defects correspond with each other. I didn't know that. I didn't know that if they fix flash, we might run into sinks. Like, that was stuff that I learned.
That's great. I mean, that's a great insight, because you can keep asking to fix something, and it's a little bit like playing ping pong, right?
Yeah.
They're just pushing it from one problem back to the other side, right? That's great.
Yeah, I think for me it was just the seeing that or finding out about that $2 million number.
Oh, that killed
Yeah,
it.
that was.
You know, it makes you, as we're going to be at our presses, just want to pay attention more and do whatever we can to try to bring that number down.
That's awesome. Thank you. Those are great. Anything else you all picked up?
How many different defects there are. Like, I didn't realize there was all these, like, there's the main ones, and then there's just, like, so many little different ones that are just, sometimes are specific to, like, the mold or the, whatever part it is. Like, there's just so many, and you don't know all of them.
Wait till you guys start getting in your vehicles, or when you go to look at a vehicle and you start noticing, man,
I do that all the
part has
time.
flash, how did that part get in?
And
Or
we
when
want
you're
you
in the
thinking,
store.
we know BEP didn't make
That's
that.
right. That's right.
Just those donuts, right, Brett?
Yeah, that's right.
Or you go to the bathroom and you let check out their display.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do. It's missing a finger. I see. Yeah.
All right,
But-
for the future class, anything that we can do better for how this went?
I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
amazing.
Everything about it.
Maybe a little bit less time in safe farm.
We know how important
It's every
it is,
game.
but it was
Got drilled
so much
in.
that we wanted to learn, like class. We all love classwork time too.
And there was a bunch of stuff we
Yeah.
could have also like pre-done that we kind of rushed stuff today. Like we could have done a little, like if we had like another hour yesterday, then maybe we could have done a little bit more. But I mean, we fit it all in. So.
Other than that,
Good.
it's a good process.
Yeah, it was.
Awesome, good job.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Excellent job.